Mad numbers like surgeons' decisions. They got the stats playing minds like percussion. MLB predictions spark the discussion. Stacking cash higher than Fenway's monster. Slinging wild bets like cowboy imposters. Reading those innings like Nostradamus. Wave the green hot streets like Bahamas. Spreadsheets everywhere, mathematician minds analyze the games, profits they grind, fastballs, curveballs, every pitch is tail, in their heads, knuckleballs never fail. Erik reading numbers like tarot cards, David calling shots like all-star guards, money lines, parlays, come hit with precision, home run predictions, no intermission. High stakes, ballers dashing checks in, rise with the bets, swinging from the pen. Erik and David, masters of the scoreboard. MLB bets and claim they hoard. High stakes, ballers cashing checks in, rise with the bets, swinging from the pen. Erik and David, kings of the ledger. Baseball fortune, spread them like treasure.
Hello and welcome to Diamond Bets for May 30th. How's everyone doing? My name is Erik, and the gentleman rocking the ultra or alternative color Braves hat is David, aka Better DP21. David, how you doing today, my man?
Doing great. This is the Father's Day version of my Braves hat here. So coming up. Right?
I'm just letting you know. I don't even know. You probably didn't even notice. Every single video I posted about this week was a Padre jacking a home run off a Braves picture just for you. Every single video I posted about this was a Padre hitter just jacking a home run off a Braves pitcher. I just thought you'd get a kick out of that, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
So like a little bit crazy on my end. So we usually have like a hot topic we talk about. We're gonna hold that off for next week. We're just gonna dive into the bets. We each have 3 bets, and we're gonna build you a DFS lineup. So let's jump right into it. First bet, my friend. Tell me why.
Yeah, so starting off, taking a look at San Francisco at Miami. Taking Miami on the money line for the game here. We got Harrison against Quantrill. And this is really about, everything I always do is lining up great hitting with good pitching. And that's what you got in Miami right now. Miami should have won their last series against San Diego. Their second baseman had the worst day of his life. 4 errors in 4 innings. I was watching the game because they had a nice 6-1 cushion going into the 4th or 5th, and then they gave it all up. And it was all due to the errors that they gave to let San Diego even back into that series. So that being said, they should have won the last 2 series straight up. They are a really red hat team. They are my number 4 offensive ranked team coming into this series. Meanwhile, on the opposite foot, Giants, my number 26 team, bottom of the barrel, lowest, bottom 5, if you will, in terms of the teams on the board and their offense. Now, don't get me wrong, Harrison's not in bad form, but Quantrill's a little bit better. He's sporting a whip of 0.9 walking into this series. So under 1, beautiful. Love to see it. Bullpen's in good shape right now. And they just have really hot bats. I mean, getting a number like this with Miami at plus 150 for everything, being at home, coming off the road. I know they're coming coast to coast. Maybe that has something to do with it. But San Francisco for themselves, they actually just lost their entire series against Detroit. They should have lost the series at Washington. They've been on the road for their last 3 series for themselves. So I think they're going to be a little jet lag from their behalf. They have very cold bats, like I said, bottom 5 offense walking into this series against Miami. And yeah, I'm just, lining things up real easy on this one. Quantrill, I think will get it done. I think Miami's bats will continue to stay hot for themselves at home. And I really love the big dog money here. I mean, that's plus 150 on the board. Let's get it going with that.
Yeah, I'm going to work on pulling up how teams are in Miami on that first game. get that first game down in the Miami Beach, see how they're doing. I'll do that after I talk to you, and I'm pissed off because I was going to make a Brian Woos line, but I mean, let's not overthink it. Mariners first 5 minus 110. Mariners minus a half first 5 minus 110. Brian Wu is turning heads this season, 2.69 ERA, 0.89 whip. Pitch value sits at 14, 97th percentile. Leans on the four-seamer, throwing it 42% of the time, which is elite. Run value on that pitch is plus 12, 99th percentile. Opponents are hitting just 216 against him, and this matchup plays up well. The last week, Minnesota ranks 27th in batting average and 24th in runs scored versus right-handed pitching. Outside of Braxton and Lee, Twins have really struggled catching up with the velocity of the fastball. Wu has been really dominant at home too, 0.93 ERA, 0.83 whip in Seattle. On the other side, Zebby Matthews gets a start for the Twins. He's been bad, 7.71 ERA, 2 whip. Throws the four-seamer fastball over 50% of the time. He's only had 2 starts, hasn't thrown enough pitches to qualify on Baseball Savant for a run value yet. Not really a good sign, though, with the over 7 ERA and the 2 whip. You got Tellez and Rodriguez match up extremely well with the fastball this season. I think they're going to have a dangerous spot for Matthews. Wu has been cashed in the run line. First 5 run line in his career, 60% cash, 9.3% ROI. At home in his career, 65% on the run line, 13.7% ROI. Matthews, 2 starts this year, 2 starts in his career, 0-2 on the first 5 run line. Look, Mariners minus a half, first 5 run line, minus 110, rinse and repeat. Pretty simple for me. This is just an auto bet.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's an auto bet for you, but I actually love that you're rattling all that off on Zebby Matthews because I had him on my fantasy team. Like, I picked him up because he was doing so great at AAA, and I was, excited for him to come up, and he came up and got lit up. And he's only been getting lit up every single start so far. He reduced his ERA from 13 to 5. I mean, there's some improvement that you can only go down, I guess, or go up or whatever you want to consider that movement. But, it's he is definitely a model of inconsistency and definitely one that I think y'all would take advantage of with Wu on the mound there.
The Wooster. All right. Next bet, my friend.
Yeah. So next bet, we're looking at the Nationals at Arizona with the Diamondbacks. We got Jake Irvin going against Merrill Kelly. I looked at this again offensively. The Nationals are just above and beyond right now. They are in my top 5 offense. They're also ranked my number 4 overall offensive team walking into this series. What I mean by that in terms of offensive, I'm talking how many average runs they are scoring for themselves right now. And that means they are averaging over 6 runs a game for themselves walking into this series. So that being said, on the opposite, the Diamondbacks for themselves are only averaging just over 3 runs a game for themselves right now walking into this series. So, it's a 2-to-1 advantage in terms of just offensive prowess for the Nationals right now walking into this game. So that being said, both starting pitchers are in good form. Merrill Kelly for himself over the last week has a whip of about 1.2. But Jake Irvin for the Nationals is sporting a whip under 1 as well as the last pitcher I just kind of mentioned. So his whip right now for himself is actually at 0.63. So, he is sparkling. I really love just pairing up these pitchers with teams that can hit. I mean, I don't overthink this, and this is something everybody's going to hear from me every week. Bet on teams that are hitting, no matter what, walking into a series. Erik has heard me say this ad nauseum for years at this point. Do not bet on teams that are not hitting. When I match up these 2 teams in terms of their matchup, again, like I said, Nationals earned run average is just over 6 runs. Diamondbacks are right over 3. That puts the Nationals at my number 4 offensive ranked team. Diamondbacks at middle of the pack at number 16. So Washington already has an edge here for the game. They're close to plus 195, for the full game. You're getting great value early on. Have these bats come out. It could be a very close matchup in the first 5 innings, given both these pitchers are in good form. But I really always think that great hitting is going to take out great pitching no matter what. You just have offensive hot bats. And sometimes those, pitchers have just seen weaker teams until they come in and actually face a team that is the really hot bat. So that being said, again, not something I'm overthinking, just really great value on the board today. There's a lot of great plays like this. So this is my second one. I'm just looking at it from, I really want to stick with just the first 5 and take the bullpen out of this because I really think the Washington bats are going to light up, just stay on fire, stay consistent, and continue to put up runs early in Arizona.
Plus they run a lot.
They run a lot. Well, also Arizona, believe it or not, they've only won 1 game in their last 7 or 8. So they are definitely cold bat.
I didn't get the Arizona over. I'm still pissed I didn't get my Arizona over last week, so I don't want to talk about that. I'm still bitter about that. I am going to KC. I'm just going to take the Royals here. Not the Royals, excuse me, the Tigers. Minus 115 first 5 against the Royals. Seth Longo gets a start for Kansas City. When we look at the surface, 3.02 ERA, 1.09 whip. But when we kind of look at the advanced metrics, a couple of red flags. Pitch value, -1. His 4-seamer, he throws most of the time. -3 run value, 25th percentile of all pitchers that qualify. I mentioned his ERA is 3.02. His expected ERA, 4.71. Opponents are hitting 230 against him. Expected batting average, 282, which is in the 14th percentile. Those numbers are just showing me he's due for some negative regression. And with a team against the Tigers, when we kind of look at the 4-seam fastball, Torkelson, Green, McKinnister, Keith, all grade out well. And so does my boy, Kerry Carpenter, is batting 300 against righties this season. On the mound for Detroit, Casey Miz finally breaking out 6-1, 2.45 ERA, 1.01 whip. Opponents hitting just 216 against them. But this is the thing: the expected batting average against them, 203. So he's phenomenal at 216. Yep. But hitters are overachieving. His pitch run value is 5. Outside of Waiters and Malai, Royals bats really don't match up with the stuff that Miz is going to be throwing tonight. Over the past week, KC 19th in runs scored, 15th in average versus righties. Tigers best first 5 team in baseball right now, 34, 18, and 5. That's 65%, 15.3% ROI. When we look at it just righties, 26, 14, and 4, still 65%, 15.2% ROI. Miz himself this year on the first 5 is 6-2, 47.3% ROI. Look, the numbers, and those numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? Miz is lights out. I think Seth Longo's due to be hit against, and with how good the Tigers bats have been this year, they're the hottest team in baseball. I'm getting basically a pick and price, so I'll take the Tigers minus 115.
Yeah, I like that. I was looking at that one as well.
Next one, my friend.
Yeah, so ending with the night game, this is going to be kind of the premier matchup of the weekend, right? Maybe World Series preview, who knows? We got Yankees versus Dodgers, and we got Max Fried going against Tony Gonsolin. Now, in terms of pitching matchup, the Yankees have the edge here, right? Fried's been a lot more dominant than Gonsolin in recent starts. However, Gonsolin, minus, one start of his. And I always try to take that one kind of anomaly start, if you will, and I remove it from the situation because that's just, a one-off. Every pitcher's going to have their day where they get lit up. Somebody's just, Skeens, everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. You're going to have your day. You're just off. So Gonsolin's been better. Where his whip is definitely kind of on the teeter aspect of things. It does give me a little concern. When you match up these offenses, though, the Dodgers are blowing the Yankees out of the water in this one. The Dodgers are my number 1 overall offense coming into this game, averaging 7 runs a game walking into this series. Meanwhile, the Yankees, on the other hand, are only averaging a few runs at 3. So really big discrepancy in the bats. This is where I'm holding my weight, is on the offensive side of the ball. This is where baseball's been going, right? Like, they look for the home run ball. I've kind of mentioned this to Erik in recent weeks as well. anybody, and I think we had somebody else come on one of our live shows as well, kind of asking about one of the teams, and I said it didn't matter. All batters 1 through 9 can hit a home run. I was like, that's where they go ahead and say, hey, we're not doing situational baseball anymore. We're not bunting. We just know everybody's going to put the ball out of the ballpark. So that's basically how I weight this. I don't put so much weight, and that's where you can actually see the discrepancy in this line. This is why we're getting dog money on the Dodgers at home. Like I live for that kind of stuff when I can see and take advantage of it. But Dodgers are my number 1 offense rolling into this series. The Yankees are my number 21. So bottom 10 in terms of offensive performance walking into this game, which is also interesting because when I actually look at the matchup of pitcher hand versus batters, right? Dodgers are the number 1 also team to face left-handed pitching. So they have the highest DRC plus, which is an advanced metric for hitting. And then on the opposite end, it's kind of funny. The Yankees are the number 2 offensive team when it comes to facing right-handed pitching. So each of them has that edge when it comes to lining things up, but the Dodgers just have the hotter bats. I'm sticking with that. Again, public perception on this and why the books are laying such a favorite line on the Yankees coming into this series is because they're looking at the names and they're looking at, performance of just pitching. So that's how they're lining it up. They're not looking at the offensive side of the ball. I'm looking at the offensive side of the ball in this one. You got to be kidding me that you're getting Dodgers with plus money at home. That's where I'm going to ride tonight. We got plus money all over the board here.
I like it. You said a preview of the World Series. I was like, the Padres and the Tigers aren't playing tonight. Next one, I'm doing a player prop. I need to start. I used to give out one of these a week. Going to try to start getting back to that. I'm going with Cam Smith over 1.5 total bases at plus 185. Over the past week, 4th in hits against right-handers, batting 409 against right-handers. In the 6 games he's played this week, he's gone over this in 4 of 6 games. Tonight, he's facing Ryan Pedot, who leans on his four-seam fastball 44% of the time. Not great. Pitch is a -2 run value. Sits at 32nd percentile. When we look at Smith for the season, batting 270 against four-seamers, an expected 289 average, is a 506 slugging percentage. He's hot. He matches up well with the pitch type. I really think books really haven't adjusted. So I'm going to play this over 1.5 at plus 185. You kind of going to have to play around with this. A lot of these books have him at over 0.5. Luckily, visiting the folks right now, I'm next to the best tribal casino in the land, the Soaring Eagle Casino. On their lovely sports book, they have it at plus 185. So I'm on Cam Smith over plus 185. Now let's go ahead. Let's bring up our little DraftKings lineup here. So last time we did this, we really slacked on pitching. So I think we really need to hammer out and get a stud pitcher. With that being said, do we just go with Woo?
May as well. I think so. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, you're talking about a team in the Twins who's bottom 5 offensive, so he should definitely dominate.
Now, is there any other pitcher you kind of have your hopes you're kind of looking at and intrigued by?
I mean, for price, I like Jake Irvin, just based on what I just kind of described. I feel like he is somebody at price that makes sense.
All right. Now, so my thing is, I don't know if you noticed this. I went with over 1.5 bases with Cam Smith.
I did.
But not over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Now, the reason I did that is because he's not scoring runs and he's not getting runners across the board. So even though Cam Smith would be a great find when he is insanely loan price, because we're not going to get the runs batted in, I'm a little bit hesitant to use him.
I don't know. He's still got a great average walking into this. He's hitting over 400 this week.
All right, so you want to throw him out there? You want to throw Cam Smith?
I just like the cheap, value that you're getting there.
All right, so we can go Cam Smith. All right, Cam Smith, our boy. Are the Rays on the Slocket tonight? Are the Rays on the? Am I blind? The Rays are on the Slocket tonight. Junior Camarino, 12 RBIs over the past week.
Camarino?
Caminero,
right? Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Definitely plug him in. Plug him in. That's a no-brainer. That guy, he's the number one ranked offensive player happening right now. You got 7 runs, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, 414 average in the week.
Now you're on the Nationals. I mean, I kind of feel like we just should say our boy, Mr. James Wood, and just kind of move on to the next person.
That's fine.
I mean, he's just been insanely lights out. I
know where I'm going for catcher. I don't even know why
it's
crazy. I don't even know why it's blank right now. I don't understand.
But he's 5,200. That's the only thing.
Well, we've saved. We had to have saved on the outfield Caminero.
I mean, but we're still
all right. We can wait until the end, but I guarantee
let's kind of play
he's
around.
Not in there. Something's wrong.
Let's kind of play around with it.
I mean, I don't mind looking at Baldwin too, but let's see here. Baldwin.
How's he doing? The Rockies playing. Rockies are playing to the Mets, and of course, there's weather in New York.
Yeah. Wait. You're in New York?
Yep.
Oh man, I guess I'm not going to Friday Night Baseball.
That'd have been hilarious, dude.
Just show up.
Guys, I'm here.
I mean, it's kind of what they do. They let anybody in now, you know?
Okay, so it says few showers around. So,
let me see here. We got who can we take from Miami? Somebody's got to be high with Miami.
All right, let me pull this up here. Is Rojas in the lineup? Rojas is 10 for 14 against Max Fried in his career.
Miguel? Ugh, I wouldn't put him in there.
What about Matt Olson? He's good against the Red Sox pitcher.
He's also been struggling at the plate.
Okay.
We're looking for first baseman. Who are you just naming people right now?
I'm just on Swish Analytics, and they have historically speaking who has the best matchups historically.
Yeah.
How they?
I look for hottest hitter walking in this week. You know, in this situation.
So I'm looking at overall. I'm dwindle it down. Let me see who's hot against righties this week.
Murphy. I don't know who's actually going for Atlanta tonight.
What about Devers? Who are the Red Sox throwing?
I think he's been hot since his owner paid him a visit.
who is Holmes is right-handed, right?
He is.
All right. So hitters, what's Devers at? Devers is at 51. Still a little juicy, and we already have a third baseman. For Miami, what are you thinking?
You just hit the matchup for Miami real quick with San Francisco. I want to see which players show up. Okay. So Quantrill pitching, hitters. Ooh, wonder about Norby. Norby, I think, has been real hot.
You're going to go Norby?
I think Norby. Yeah.
Or
Norby. Let's see what Stour says.
Am I?
Norby's right in the middle. He's third baseman now. Damn.
Jeez,
I thought he qualified at second. That's why I was mentioning him.
I mean, so if we put him there, where are the Rays at? All right, so Colin Lawler counts as an outfielder. So there we go.
Sweet. Or that's not the same guy, but yeah.
Oh, dude, am I just drunk?
Yeah.
I am just, yeah, god damn it.
Caminero.
Oh,
I think you have to go Caminero. I'm pretty sure I said that he was like the hottest hitter on the board. There's no way we can.
We got to go Caminero. So, got to go Devers, Caminero, Wood. White Sox game has already started.
Who from the Padres? We got Padres in there. Got to have like what? Man, well, Manny's only third. Can't do him. Show me the hitters from Pittsburgh and San Diego real quick. I want to say their outfielder. Let's not the one of their outfielders needs to be in there. I think.
Who are we looking at? San Diego.
Yep. Let's go hitters real quick. Let me see where I was thinking of Merrill. That might be too costly, but I think he's been
39.
Nah. Tatis.
And
No. Cronenworth. What's he? He's been. I feel like he had a big series. He might be someone for a second. Bogarts. What's Bogey doing? Bogey might be worth a shortstop look.
Who am I? Shortstop? Who are we talking about?
Yeah. Xander Bogarts.
All right. So I'm going to throw this one out here.
Okay. I'm going to throw it right back.
And it's always
Judge
when you double dip. Jose Altuve.
Ooh, interesting. Altuve. Come on.
4,300.
Yeah, you're putting him in the lineup. Yep.
All right, so let's go Altuve. No, let's find a different second base. So I guess the thing is, all right, so let's all right, so if we put Judge in at 65, okay, just for argument's sake, then we'll put Jose Altuve in at second base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have enough money, so we'll take Judge out. So we have about four grand per player here.
Leave it right there for a second. I want to look something up.
All right.
Put in Cruz. Put in O'Neal Cruz. See if he's
Cruz for what team? I'm sorry.
For Pittsburgh.
For pitch.
He's right there. He's right. You're getting all fancy with the filter,
But see, the thing is, then we got to go cheap at first, dude. That's the only thing, dude.
Go to first real quick.
I mean, we have to go like
Torkelson. 5,900.
I mean, Torque's 44, man.
I know. Torque.
We can't even afford. I mean, if we go Torque at 44, we're not going to be able to afford a catcher.
Those guys aren't even. Toro even playing?
I mean.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like Toro, maybe. Just to go cheap and then look at our catcher.
And then if we go catcher, we're still at 30.
We're at 3. Go down real quick. Let me see who's in that. Even under 3. I don't even know if they get there. Or Alvarez. Alvarez could be interesting.
Alvarez screwed us last week.
Garver. Come on, what is this stupid thing? I hate autocorrect. Trying to look stuff up.
I mean,
pages. That's not it. Catcher. Fuck no. Thieves. What about Naylor? I feel like Yeah,
position?
that could be interesting. And we could get better on first baseman.
So who are we going?
Go Naylor for catcher with Cleveland.
He plays for Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I got to go like this, man. I get too distracted.
Well, I know. You keep bouncing.
I know my
There you go.
All right, here we go.
Now go back to, well, it's only, 100 left?
So this is my counter, okay? This is my counter to you to open up. So if we take out Cruz, we take out Altuve, we put low. I can't even fucking spell, dude. We put low from the Rays in at.
Yeah. Yep. I like him.
Then we go Jose.
Oh, you took Brandon Lowe, right?
Yeah.
Not Josh Lowe, the brother.
I want Brand. Yeah, I'm looking at Brandon.
You want Brandon? Okay, just making sure.
1, 2, 3, fourth most hits this week.
No, Brandon's great. That's a good one.
3 homers, 9 runs.
I like it.
Ribbies this week, batting .407.
It's convenient. Altuve dual position.
Then we can take off Toro on first base.
Yep.
Back to first base, and then
43. Yep.
It opens some stuff up.
What's Arise doing? Nope, not going him.
Is he struggling?
Oh yeah.
I wish Walker was playing, dude.
I know. He had to hurt his hand. He was just heating up.
That'd be another Houston bat, and that'd be 3 Houston bats.
He was just heating up.
So here's the question. So we have 4 players from one game. So I kind of feel the principle we got to bet the over.
Oh, Tampa Bay and Houston? Yeah. Oh, that was actually going to be one of my plays.
All right, so that's an official play for both of us.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at first base.
Where are we at? 4,300?
Yeah.
O'Hearn. O'Hearn. Put him in. Oh, there's no fucking game. Baltimore's not playing?
No, because the Baltimore game is starting right now because of the bad weather.
Shit.
Yep, because I was looking at him and Jackson.
Damn. That would have been that dude's on fire. He's like 500 something.
Boom.
Speaking of, you might have a chance to plate somebody as an RBI right away. No. All right. I mean, if we're just sticking with these players, is there anybody else up? Like if you scroll up just a little bit, I don't know if they're like tied.
You know, Torque at 44, but we have 43. We'd have to dish 100 somewhere. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
yeah. I'd say maybe just stick with Flores.
You want to go with Flores? Hold on, let's see how he's doing.
I mean, I don't really see like a really good option. He's probably the quote unquote hottest hitter at 260 right now that I'm looking at.
All right, let's take him. Boom.
Just to fill a line. I mean, we have so many other hot hitters in this lineup. I don't think one bat is going to suffer, but you need all the help you can get sometimes.
Boom. So there you have it. Brian Wu, Jake Irvin, Naylor at catcher, Flores at first, Brandon Lowe at second. I don't even know how to pronounce his name at third.
Caminero.
X-Man at short, Smith, Wood, and Altuve as our outfielders. So that's going to be our 50-50 lineup. I'm also going to enter in a contest because you know why? That one time I didn't do it, we absolutely killed it. So I'm going to make sure I do that. David, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and playing and talking a little a little shop, when you tell everyone that where they can find you on social media, my friend.
Yeah, as always, look for me on Twitter, Instagram, any social media where anybody wants to chat, reach out. Shoot me a DM. Be happy to tell you what I see in terms of lineups, in terms of matchups, anytime. But thank you for having me again. Better DP 21.
Make sure to give my boy a follow. We'll be back next week, and we'll talk soon.